This is something that almost every guy does. And it's something that, every dude does in order to, fit in with society, right? Because no man wants to be, whether you guys want to believe it or not, right? And I'm not saying this is my point of view. I'm just saying this is what society as a whole thinks, right? Society as a whole, right? It's something in the Western civilization that if you're not like some kind of ladies man, or if you didn't smash a whole bunch of chicks, that you're somehow a loser or a nerd, right? We all know what I'm talking about. And this is the reason why a lot of dudes be capping on their D, right? They be lying on their thing. They be lying about their body count. And, the number that I always hear is 100. Oh man, I smashed 100 chicks, man. I've heard this from so many guys. This magic number, 100. It's always 100. Like, they can't get creative. I be thinking to myself, like, damn, as men, we can't get creative. It can't be like 92 or 120, even though that's a horrible lie. Even though 120 would be, you lie. God himself is looking at you like, dawg, I know people lie, but dang, my son, like, you tripping, right? But I'm gonna get into it. First of all, this is Tarik Talks. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, man, it's like dudes be capping on their dick. They really be lying about how many bodies they got. And the funny thing is, here's the funny thing: females decrease the number of bodies they have, and men increase the number of bodies they have. Very rarely, very, very rarely, but you do get it sometimes. Very rarely do you meet people that are truthful on both ends of the spectrum, right? On both ends of the spectrum, you rarely meet people that are actually honest about their body count. Most people, whether it be man, male, or female, is gonna give you some bullshit ass number. Like my young ladies. If if she been with like 30 something dudes, she gonna pop out and tell you like 5 or something like that. Okay, vice versa, flip it around. If a dude only been with 5 chicks, he gonna tell you like 100. He's gonna be like, yeah, I've been with 100 females, right? I've been with 100 chicks. And it's like, first of all, I'm not with this guy personally. Obviously, I'm not with him, right? Obviously, I'm not part of his life. I'm not part of his immediate circle. But come on, it's like, dog, I've been knowing you for some time, and you've been in 2 relationships this whole time, this whole 2 years, 3 years. You've been in 2 relationships. You didn't fuck with nobody else, and if you did, it was with 1 or 2 chicks, right? So what time in between that? There's no way, dog. It ain't no way. And a lot of dudes will swear up and down that, oh yeah, I've had 100. No, you haven't. Because first of all, I've seen the way you operate, right? I've seen the way you operate, and it's like dudes just be lying on their dicks. They be lying. Same way females be lying on their body count, capping on their body count. Dudes do it just as much, and in some cases just as worse, because if you've only had 5 chicks before in your whole, or 10 chicks, let's say on the high end, 20, let's say on the high end of the spectrum, 20. For you to bump it up to 100, like that's outrageous. That's ludicrous. Okay, that's ludicrous. You ain't even halfway there, right? And the thing about it is, it's like, fellas, we gotta get out of this needing to validate ourselves to impress fucking losers. Okay, this is the whole gist of this video. If you gotten this far into the video, you're gonna see that it's not just me randomly talking about dudes lying on their junk, lying about their body counts. It's actually like, hey, we need to stop doing this for validation. Look, if you only been with 4 chicks, that's fine, bro. That's fine. The average male, and this is a statistic, average male has been, on average, his whole life with 7 females. That's the average. That's the average. That's what it says. You can look it up if you don't believe it. Only been with 7 chicks his whole life, and I feel, I really believe this to be the case with a lot of guys. Okay, I know that number seems low, but I feel like for the vast majority of men, this is an extremely accurate number. Right? Extremely accurate number, because most guys that I knew have been in long-term relationships pretty much their whole entire lives. Okay? All the guys that I know personally, okay, they've been in long-term relationships, and when they get out of that one, they go right into another. And that's fine. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not saying that in a shameful way. I'm just saying, you know, fellas, we don't got to put up this front like we play, like it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody is a player. Not everybody is meant to live that kind of lifestyle. And that's fine and dandy. That's cool. Not all of us are meant to be players and pimps and all that corny stuff. It's cool. It's all right. Trust me. Them people you trying to impress, those people that you're trying to impress, they could care less, for real. They really could care less. And if you find yourself hanging out with a group of guys and they telling you disparaging shit like, oh, you're a virgin, or oh, you don't get no hoes and all that type of shit, you need to stop hanging out with them. You need to stop hanging out with them. Because when you get older, on your job resume, right? I've said this once, I'm going to say it again. On your job resume, it's not going to say how many females have you slept with, right? Your home application, when you trying to get an apartment, or you're trying to get a home, trying to get a house, there's nowhere on that application that says how many females have you slept with. No one cares. No one really, truly, and honestly, nobody gives a flying F, right? And the thing about it is, the people that you're trying to impress, that you're not even gonna see them when you grow up. Trust me, guys. The people that you're hanging out with now are gonna go their separate ways. You're gonna go your separate ways. Y'all are gonna graduate college. The same guys that you was trying to impress, that you was trying to high cap for, first of all, their body count probably ain't even that high. Second of all, when they get out of college, they're gonna get married. First chick that they get their hands on, they're gonna fucking be in a rush to marry her. Cause they're like, fuck it, I can't do these streets anymore. These streets is whooping my ass. Okay, I'm tired of being on these dating apps, and I'm tired of going out to bars and clubs and all that bullshit, you know. And here you are trying to impress some dudes that have no impact on your life. They have no kind of nothing of value to your life, right? If your group of friends, if you hanging out and your group of friends, all they care about is how much pussy you're getting, you need to get a new group. You need to get some new friends. Okay? And hey, look, if you do have a high body count, cool, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever. Hey, look, it's cool. Men, we like to get intimate with young ladies, right? I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG for YouTube. We like to get intimate. There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to just flat out lie and cap, that's whack. It's whack. Because while we over here, you know, on a lot of manosphere channels, they talking about female nature this and female nature that. Well, I feel like that's a pretty whack-ass aspect of male nature. That's a pretty whack-ass aspect of male nature that men got a cap about their body counts. Men have to give this false play a narrative. Oh, back in my day, oh man, when I was in my single time, when you was in your single times, you were getting drunk as hell, going home and beating your meat, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, but it is what it is. Guys they'll still try to cap, like, oh, in my younger years. Some guys be telling the truth. Some guys be telling the truth. Some of them do be telling the truth. But let me tell you something. For you to have 100 bodies, which in the long run, like I said, doesn't even matter. It's not gonna help you out with nothing, right? It ain't gonna help you out with life. But anyway, whatever. For you to have 100 bodies, you probably in the top 10% of men. You're probably up there in the top 10 percentile, right? Some people say top, 80-20 rule, 20%, top 5%, whatever. Point is, you're up there in the upper echelon for 100, and most guys are average. That's where the word average comes from. You're just like the majority of people. On average, most dudes on the top end of the spectrum probably have like 15 bodies. And most of the time they're in long-term relationships. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's cool. Okay? It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just as bad as a female capping on her body count and trying to make it seem like it's less than what it really is. It's just as whack. Right? Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Peace.